Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CHILIZ CZ. Just going to dive into CHILIZ right now. But once again, as usual, as always, before I continue, thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you do to contribute towards the growth of this channel here. The likes, the shares, sharing is caring. I really do appreciate it. Okay, the channel's grown into something beyond my expectations. I just thought I'd make videos and try and give levels of support, and the reviews and the comments that we get is absolutely superb, and it's all good, and it's what keeps me marching forward. So thank you once again, and have a really good weekend. Okay, and for those of you involved in CHILIZ, well done, and those of you who've held, you're onto a good thing. It's doing really well. Obviously we've had that mega pump yesterday, we topped out and we rolled over, perfectly normal. I want to reassure you of that, because obviously as it goes up, people that will take profits, and that's how it works. And hence the sell-off, hence these candles, and it's all part and parcel of the cycle of crypto. So basically, just I want to show you one thing that I've not brought you up on yet on the daily. It's like I say, if in doubt, zoom out. Okay, if we look at the daily time frame right now, look at this daily time frame. Okay, this is a major buy and go to the beach signal right here. Okay, we do target that in the channel. Look at that golden cross, bullish cross, golden cross on the MACD there. That's a beautiful signal. Okay, beautiful signal. Only comes along now and again. Okay, and when it comes along, it's a really nice signal, especially on a daily. Not so much on a 4-hourly, because it's quite in and out, like the hourly time frames in and out. The 4-hourly MACD is relatively okay, but it's not a huge indicator. Just like here, you got that bearish cross there, a bit of a signal to sell and go to the beach. Basically, take your profit from the previous bullish cross on the MACD, which would have been all the way down there, to buy and go to the beach. So far so good. And all you can, if you zoom out, you can see that potentially if you start to fall through those EMAs on a 4-hourly, potentially you could see yourself come back and retest this yellow line, which is the 20 EMA on the daily time frame. And if you did fall through that 4-hour EMA, this is what I'm saying, you might not do, but if you did, then you can see that you're still in a bull trend, you're still in an uptrend. You formed a bottom here, you're making high lows. So you could still see yourself come down to this yellow line. I'm not saying you will, but I'm saying if it does start to roll over and you start to panic, as long as you come down and you get supported by that, that's an 17% correction from here. As long as you get supported, you're still in an uptrend. Look at this beautiful yellow line. It's ascending. Look, since it bottomed out down here, it started to curl and it started to ascend. So you're adhering to an ascending channel. You're marching onwards and upwards. And just like I've said in previous videos, you won't fully retrace the all-time high overnight, although it almost did. So I was very close. That was an unbelievable pump. I looked at my phone 1 minute and it was like down there, and then next minute it was up there. That was insane. So, but obviously, the sell-off is because people are taking profits. But what you can see right now, you've come back down, and you are sort of bouncing off this yellow line on a 4-hourly time frame here. So it's golden. It's golden. We've got the reversal. A lot of power come in. We'll drop the volume in, see what that looks like. Look at this volume. That's the volume that we've been waiting for the whole time. Okay, look how flat the volume was. And I kept saying to you, you need to see the volume come in. The volume needs to come in to save your ass. It didn't quite. We've got a little bit of volume to save your ass and form the bottom down here with this inverse head and shoulders. What a beautiful pattern, by the way. So that's gone on and marching onwards and upwards, and you get a nice volume coming in now. So what we need to see, obviously, is this full approach and get back to this all-time high up there. So we're going to drop that in right now for you so you can see where that is, because that is our primary target, right? And like I outlined in yesterday's video, as you do push up, because you can see you are quite still far away from the all-time high there. As you do push up, you are going to run into resistance, and that's perfectly normal. You will see this resistance playing out and rolling over and then falling back on support, which you want to see. It's confidence of the fact that you are continually up in this uptrend. So right now on the 4-hourly, you see the MACD almost getting a bearish cross right there. Okay, and hopefully this little pickup that we're getting here can prevent that, because if you do get the bearish cross on the MACD, okay, that's going to contribute more towards pushing you down, and then potentially coming down and retesting the base of this 55 EMA, potentially losing that and retesting the 55, not the 20, sorry. If you do get that bearish cross there on the MACD, it contributes towards the fact that you're coming down, potentially testing the 20, and if you can't hold that, you will fall through and obviously find support on the 50. But I want to reassure you, right, what you're doing here, look at this new trend line that you've got going on. Okay, so you could even see yourself come down to this. I'm not saying you will, but you could start to collapse and think, oh no, But as long as you adhere to this trend line, okay, look at this trend line that's going on. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So that's how much room you've got to play. That's how much room CHILIZ could correct, and you still be in an uptrend, basically. So people always get a bit like scared and disillusioned when they see it collapsing like that. So from there, if I was to collapse, I'm not saying it was, but if it did, that's a 15% correction, and you would still be in an uptrend and in a reversal pattern. Okay, so that's how it works. So far so good. So what we're going to do now is look at some fib retracements that we've got going on, because you can see it got really overextended and you've had the sell off. Okay, so we're going to do on the 4 hourly. Then you can look at the previous impulsive wave. To me, that looks like it's fully retraced, and that's become a bit of a reversal pattern right there. So you may see it's come down to this sort of level here, okay, and I'll show you why right now. So you go from the top, that was the top, okay, and what you've done, that's the bottom of the previous swing low, okay, that's your impulsive wave correction of the previous swing high. So swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, and when you're coming down like that, it's called retracing, okay. And if you lose a certain level, this level here, the golden ratio, as I've outlined in so many videos, if you start to retrace, okay, which you've hit the top there, and you're retracing usually in a strong uptrend, you'll bounce off this, then that, and as you start to fall, okay, and you lose this particular level here, the golden ratio, if you do start to lose that, then you are looking at more of a reversal and a level of consolidation before you find your feet, okay, before you find a really strong level of support, i.e. this yellow line, which is a 20 EMA, okay, so you're probably going to hover around here for a little bit. Okay, not financial advice, but the fact that you've reversed so much and retraced so much in this big impulsive wave there and come back down, that needs to go up just a little bit like that. Okay, so you're on the bottom of this corrective wave, impulsive wave up, corrective wave down. So what you're potentially looking at now, if CHILIZ can't get back above 66 cents, okay, and start closing above that to get back above the golden ratio, then you are looking at that sort of level of consolidation where it's going to hit its head, and potentially come back down to test lower levels of support, i.e. the 55 EMA as it starts to creep up, and you may see yourself retrace back down to 58 cents, okay? So that's basically it for CHILIZ. Do keep an eye on that. Again, I will, once you get back down there, okay, and you sort of trade down here on this range and find that base, that's when you can form that next impulsive wave. But at the moment you have actually fallen through the golden ratio, which is confluence of the fact that you are sort of being pushed down and forced to test the lower levels. So what you could see for CHILIZ is potentially something like this, where it keeps having a go at this 0618, okay, it keeps having a go trying to get back through it, which is at 66 cents. If it fails to get through that, okay, like I said, resistance. If you're failing to get through a level of resistance a lot of times, then you sort of hit a level of consolidation and you start to come down a little bit more to test the EMAs. Do you see this? Because you look how extended the EMAs have got here. This red line here is really far away from the yellow line, which is always indicative of a bit of reversal as well. But you know, that's above 11%, so that's roughly about, yeah, that's indicating a bit of a reversal, and hence why you got that. But I do want to reassure you, we are in a bull market, okay? We are in a bull market, and things are just sort of shooting off into space. So you could just see a mega pump for CHILIZ come back in after this level of consolidation. So right now, okay, we're going to be a little bit exuberant and say, okay, right, so we've found a bit of a base here, and we're going to consolidate for a little bit before making our next impulsive wave up. So you may say that this is the actual corrective wave complete. We're sort of hogging around here, the CMA. We're just going to hog around for a little bit, testing its support before we actually march on and get a bit more support for CHILIZ. So we can, from that, we'll derive a price prediction. So that was your top, okay, this is your base. Hopefully, if this can form our base now, because you see it's got bought up quite a bit, and it's pushed up, and it's got bought back down quite a bit, so it's a bit indeciphered. I mean, it's sort of going sideways, trying to find that level of support, which I do think is this 55 EMA, which I do think is this 20 EMA on the 4 hourly here. So you may see it come down, sort of test that a little bit, okay, get to the base of that, and then also you've got this move here, which could become the next impulsive wave up, which could actually take you all the way up to smash the high out the park there. So on that next impulsive wave up, okay, if it is as strong as this one that's just come in, that was a mega impulsive wave. I'm not saying it's going to be as strong as that, because that was really strong, but you don't know, no one knows. So we based off a previous impulsive wave, gone up there, corrective wave down, okay, this is a base, and if we now finding this as a base of a corrective wave, and we start to march on and get through these fib levels here, as we start to come back up to this previous local high of this wave, then you are looking at that sort of whopping price prediction there of $1.02 CHILIZ token. I do want to remind you that we are in alt season, okay, and the stranger things have happened at sea. So right now, from here, it's not financial advice, but you could be looking at 58% mega pump for CHILIZ after it's sort of, this is what we're looking for, okay, because we are in a bull market and these impulsive waves are indicative of that, okay. What we're looking for here is just a base. We need to find that base. Wherever your base is, that's the next impulsive wave. Okay, so we get this base. Hopefully, hug this base. Don't fall any lower than 0.61, because if you start to see you fall any lower than that, then the potential next impulsive wave becomes less. Do you see that? It becomes less. So yeah, hopefully we can find this base for CHILIZ and then see that mega pump up to $1 too, which would be beautiful, okay, and that would actually take us up above the all-time high there, and that would be like a really quick recovery, in my opinion, to be fair. I mean, that's insane, but we are in a bull market, so stranger things have happened at sea. So we've got that price prediction up there. We'll drop that in just for future reference. See, hopefully make a video tomorrow and we've actually got there. That would be nice, but do trade carefully and always take profits. When you see anything overextended like that, you know, do sort of think about, you know, taking profits. Not financial advice, because you'll always get the rollback. Always, it's perfectly normal. Okay, you do get these rollbacks and back to support, and you can see I've just shown you where it's fell back to. You can even see yourself it's fell back to the 20 EMA on the 4 LA time frame there. The RSI is nice now. Look at the RSI, it's dropped right down, okay, right into the mid part. You can see it's starting to curl a bit. Perhaps we are hopefully forming this new impulsive wave up to the previous all-time high, and obviously hopefully get to that as we take that out. But I would imagine if you do get away, you are going to hit that level of resistance, as though, so do anticipate a bit of a pullback before you actually push through and make that new all-time high. But that's based, this basically price prediction is based off the fact that if we can actually get a new mega impulsive wave like this, and honestly I don't know why we've got a mega impulsive wave like that was absolutely monstrous. Did we get some news or something like that? I don't know what that was, but that was a huge 38% upside in 4 hours there for CHILIZ before it started to roll over, and obviously that was a bit of a correction there. So far so good. We're adhering to this trend line, we're adhering to this upper trend line now that we've got going on, and obviously, again, let me just stipulate that if you was to see that fall back, okay, and lose the EMAs, then do draw your trend line on your chart, because that's where you would need to find a level of support right now, and you potentially would find a level of support if it did fall back to this trend line. And that's basically it for CHILIZ. So far so good. Stay strong, stay safe, and most importantly, stay tuned, okay? It's all good. We've got the recovery we were hoping, but you know, you do look a little bit overextended like Catch you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.